Yeah, my name is Pavlo. I work at Zalando, and I feel like I have an important mission. Maybe not as important as Rebecca from NASA, but still not good. And it's the fact that Zalando is the largest fashion e-commerce in Europe, and we actually build products and algorithms that replace marketers. So fun fact is that I never wanted to do this, and I never applied for it. 2 years ago, I was working at the large e-commerce enterprise for referrals used by many great companies. And then I've got a message from Zalando. And the reason why I decided to reply is because when I was 16, I got a startup, and Zalando was my first customer. So I followed the strategy of the company for years, and I was like, okay, it's interesting to see what they have to offer. And I said, yeah, of course, let's do the interview. And during the interview, I've got a question from my future managers. And they said, okay, let's imagine that we have lots of marketing managers, and your job is to replace them by some specific product or sets of products, right? How would you tackle this problem? How would you do this? And I was like, yeah, okay. I gave some basic answer. I said, I will probably observe their work, do some observation research. I will probably explore their tool set. And then I said really stupid thing. I said, Zalando is huge. It's a large company, 15,000 people working there. So probably it will take a few years for the evolution stage, for the transition, right? So there is no way that Zalando will do this fast because it's a large company now. And they started to laugh. And they laughed hard. And they said, yeah, that's exactly what we did, actually. So Zalando let go the whole marketing department really fast. And I am now the part of the team that actually tries to pick it up. So the foundation of our team is that whatever happens on the website, it could be customer trigger, some customer behavior, new collection, new outfit, whatever. It should be mirrored into the Facebook marketing or Google marketing, any performance marketing, with no human touch and with no actual human work. So this is how we do this. Let's take a simple example. So there's the thing called influencer outfit, where basically this is a model or influencer with all the items available on Zalando. And as soon as there is a new outfit on a website, it will appear on Facebook as the canvas ad. Well, it sounds simple, but you have to build a few products to make it possible. First is that you have to build ad rotation because you have tens of thousands of different outfits, and definitely you don't want to create tons of thousands of different ads and campaigns. So you have to rotate them all until you will find the best performing ones. Second is that you have to build text corpus, which is basically the tool that will automatically understand the intent of the ad, market, language, and put the right copy there. Because you don't want to hire 500 people just to write copies and put those copies into your ads. And third, you actually want to sell products with the high margins, items that are obviously in stock. And you have to segment it by age and gender, so it's actually relative and interesting outfits for the right audience. One more feature that we are building is the machine learning bidding. So if you have any experience or if you actually worked with the performance marketing, you know that the main work for you is to adjust the bid, right? There is the auction as the foundation of any ad, and you're trying to fight for your customers' attention. So since you have a goal to be in the place of your customer's attention, you have to adjust the bid so you outbid the competition. Well, it's an actual headache and it's an actual monkey job for many marketers in the world. So we decided, why don't we create a system that will understand the actual bid that we have to set right now. It will also forecast how it will change in the future, and it will learn from its decisions. So right now we have a system that automatically changes the bid of our ads with no observation and no human touch every day, or sometimes even more often. One more feature is ad rotation that I've mentioned before. So since we have different varieties of stories that we want to tell in different formats, you actually need lots of people to do this, right? And since we don't have those people, as I said, we have a feature that calculates the average CPA, which is cost per action or cost per order, within the ad set, and it will put different ads there. So then it calculates the average CPA, and if some ad is not following or it's not the fit for this ad set, it will kill this ad and replace it with a new one. So eventually, in 3 or 4 weeks, you have only the best performing ads in your ad set. Now I wanted to ask you a quick question. So let's look at those overlays. Which one do you think is the best performing one? Let's say number second. Number two, can you please raise your hand if you think is the best one? Okay, maybe number three. Awesome. Well, nice because nobody knows. It really depends on the market. It really depends on the product, on the language, and on the even time and the day. So as you can see, we have 700,000 products on the platform. We operate in 17 markets in 13 languages. So eventually, we have to build a system that will test it all and find the best performing creatives. This is how we do this. So as soon as there is the new ad set appears, the system knows that there is a new ad set or a new campaign. It will clone this ad set into a few copies, and the only thing it will do, it is replace the creative. So it will replace a copy, or it will replace the template. So then it will launch a split test, so we will try to find the best performing creative among all of them. Well, there is the problem that when you do this, those new creatives or new ad sets will compete with the actual campaign or actual ad set that you have cloned from. So to prevent this, we distribute the audience and we distribute the budget between them so there is no competition, and they can all survive together. After this, we have 4 different formulas on how the system will analyze whether or not the result is significant. So it will take a look at the CPA, at the actual loss or actual win of the campaign. And after this, as soon as we have a significantly better creative, which is the best text option out there or the best template out there, it will replace it inside of the main ad set. So we have thousands of those tests running every day with no human touch, and it's one of the features that we have under the radar right now. So how do we do this? Well, the main work that we have to do as product managers is that we break down the campaign creation process into super small pieces. So for a new campaign to appear, you actually have to find a trigger for it. You need a budget for it, of course. Then it should understand in which form it should appear. It could be carousel ad, video, dynamic product ad, whatever. Then it should find a place for the content, right? It should find a text option. It should find the right CTA for it, right outfits, etc. And then it should understand the right targeting, right? It should understand who are the people who will experience and see this ad. And after this, it's only the beginning, right? After this, as soon as the campaign or new ad set or new ad is live, you have to A/B test it. You have to multivariate test it. You have to play with different frequencies, how often your customers should see this ad, and what's the best actual formula for it. And then, yeah, you have to get some reports on the performance of those campaigns. And my favorite part, it should kill itself as soon as it's not performing anymore. So you should understand the right moment to kill itself and create something else instead. So how do we actually tackle those problems, and how do we do this? Well, first is the regular product process. It's the same as in Spotify or anywhere else. We start with the goal or a problem. I'll give you an example. So the problem could be our mobile app installs are too expensive. We know this. Or, for example, we can't tackle a specific age or a specific audience. It's really hard for us to do this. And we actually need some features that will do this for us. Then we, as the product managers, we actually bring different hypotheses to the table. So we discuss different ideas on how we can decrease the price of an install or tackle this audience or find this audience. And after this, we do manual testing. So I, as a product manager, before building actual feature, I go on Facebook or I go on Google, and I actually launch those experiments myself. So as soon as I do this, I get some results, but it's not there yet, because I have to make sure that those features will be scalable, which means that I have to play with different budgets and play in different markets to make sure that this experiment, it actually works on all the markets that we are present at. And after this, we have to break down the feature into phases, because we don't actually, if you build products or you build startups, you know that it's really risky for you to build something for a whole year, right? It's easy to get lost. There is no results. You're wasting money and budgets. Engineers are getting upset. So what you actually have to do is that you have to break it down into small pieces. So the phase one, like the MVP, minimal valuable product, of your feature, will deliver value right away. So that's the main principle of our team. Even if the feature is artificial intelligence or machine learning, it should be simple, and it should be delivered in the first weeks, and it should deliver value right away. Well, I want to play with you a little bit on the way how we actually can build those products and how you can do this in your team. So this is the simple idea. We have this code, and we actually want to sell it. And we have a new research or a new learning that says that different people can see this code as an ad depending on the goal that you are using. So for example, if you select the goal on Facebook or Google purchase, it will find people on Facebook or Google who are most likely to buy this product right away. If you are using the goal add to cart, it will probably find people who are your existing customers on the website, and they can buy it, but not right away. And also, if you select the goal as a click, then it will buy people who are most likely into fashion in general. So I have an idea as a product manager that when we use all of those goals instead of one, we can increase the reach, right? We will tackle all of those audiences. We will actually address all of them at the same time. Well, let's validate this idea. So the way how we can validate this idea is that we will go on Facebook and we will go to Google, and we will create two separate campaigns. One campaign will only target people with the purchase goal. And another campaign will have 4 different ad sets that will target purchases, add to cart, clicks, or add to wish list. And I will create a split test between them. So they will have the same audience and the same budget. And I want to make sure that first, I will get at least 20% more reach. Second is that when I clone those ad sets, I will get more expensive purchases, but it wouldn't be dramatically more expensive. Third is that there will be an overlap in the audience, right? Because some people, they add to cart, and tomorrow they will make a purchase. So there is no clear audience. Sometimes there will be an overlap, and I want to see it, and I want to measure it. And after this, there is the main goal and the main idea behind this feature is that everything I do will drive more sales. So if we change the setup of our campaign into this, we will get more purchases. So when I do this, I launch the experiment and I get all the numbers. So I will get the numbers on the overlap, I will get the numbers on purchases, on number of clicks, etc. All the data that I need. And then as a product manager, I put it on a backlog. So actually, all of my team, everybody from engineer to data science to product managers, can take a look at my experiment, can make sure that it's scalable. It actually works on all markets with different budget strategies. And after this, we sit together, we look at all those ideas that we have, and we look at the successful experiments. And as soon as we have dramatically successful experiments, something that actually works everywhere, we bring engineers to the table, we actually bring it all together, and we say, okay, now it's time to build a feature. So that's basically the way how we came up with all of the ideas that I showcased today, and this is the way how we actually build it. Well, let's say that you get inspired and you say, interesting, I still have marketing people, and I want to build something like this. Well, I would give you one single advice or where to start. And the advice is that you have to create a health check. What is a health check? So there is a risk that when you start automating your marketing with different features or different products, some part of your marketing will be automated, while another part will remain to be the same, which is manual. And that's really risky, because some part like banner creation will be simple and automated, but budget adjustments or bid adjustments will still remain to be manual. And then you have this disbalance. So you still need all the people that you have, and sometimes they use a product, sometimes they do this manually, so it's a real mess. So to avoid this mess, what you have to do is that you have to make sure that everything you automate happens at the same time. So you break down the campaign creation into small pieces, and you start to automate it step by step. And then you try to prevent this from happening. So you don't want your bid adjustments to be machine learning driven, and you don't want the shutdown of your campaign to be super simple, because then it's not a Lego, it's not fit together, and then it's actually a huge problem for your team because some of your features are too advanced and some of them deliver no value. And so to wrap it up all together, if you're a marketer, there is no risk for you. There is no chance that you will lose a job today. The thing that Zalando did is mainly because Zalando is a large company. We have lots of engineers, and we have resources to actually take this risk and be brave. But mid-sized companies and small-sized companies, they still need marketers. But what you can do if you're a marketer, you don't want to lose your job tomorrow or in 2 years, is that you have to think about your day-to-day process, and you have to think about things that you do all the time, and that could be easily automated. Like you adjust the bid all the time, you adjust the budget all the time, or you just crop banners all the time, or you design something all the time. So when you do this, you can keep in mind that, okay, this could be easily automated, so maybe there is a product for it, or we can build this product within our team. Not only you will keep the job, you will also be promoted by your manager for taking this initiative because you simplify your life and you create some time for yourself to do more important stuff. So focus on things that are more human, research your customers, understand why they install your apps, what they like about your apps, to make your marketing actually better, and try to avoid all the monkey job stuff. Thank you so much.